Hello everyone. In this tutorial I'll be showing you some basic strokes of calligraphy. Now usually these strokes are used in brush pen calligraphy, but I'll be showing you how to do these using pencil, brush pen and a regular sketch pen. Now you need to be careful that the pencil that I'm using is blunt tipped, so I have not sharpened it. So this will help us in these strokes. And this sketch pen, which is commonly available, this is the regular one. You can see the tip, and a brush pen. I'm using the Camlin brush pens. Look at the tip. So let's get started. So the basic strokes which we require are the upstroke, the downstroke, the overturn, the underturn, the oval, ascending loop and the descending loop. Now the most important part is that the upstroke is thin and the downstroke is thick. Now once you get this into your head, all of these things are based on these two basic strokes. So we need to remember this. So I'll just write it here. Upstroke is thin and the downstroke is thick. Yeah. So let's get started. I'll show you one by one all of these strokes using these three. So first of all, I'll be starting with a blunt tipped pencil. So for the upstroke, you do not need to put a lot of pressure. So you need to hold it very lightly and just glide it slowly, right? Very slowly, so as to form a very thin line, right? So for the downstroke, on the other hand, you need to put a little bit more of a pressure so that it forms a really thick line, just like this, right? So for the overturn, what an overturn is basically is that we are going from below and then turning down. So using these two basics, we will be going from below. Now you always need to remember that the upstroke is thin, so a thin line, and when you reach here you need to come down, right? So here you need to put a little bit more of pressure, right? See, for the underturn we need to do exactly the opposite of this. So we need to go from here, go down and then come up. So for the downstroke, you need to put some pressure, a thicker line, and when you reach here you need to put less pressure and make a thin line, just like that. For the oval, we just need to do an oval like this, right? So we start from the top and go down. So for the downstroke, we need a thick line, and when we reach here, we need to do an upstroke. So for that, we will put very little pressure and make a very thin line. Right. So for the ascending loop, so basically what an ascending loop is, I'll show you right here. Just look at this L, right? So here, this is what is called an ascending loop. And as for the descending loop, we can see the G, right? This is what is in descending loop. So for an ascending loop, what we need to do is, we need to go from here all the way up to here and then come down, right? So the upstroke is thin, and when we reach here at this point, we need to put more pressure and make a thick line, right? This is how you do an upstroke. And for a downstroke, how do we go? So we start from here and then we do this, right? So you start from here, you go all the way down to here and then you come up. So as we all know, the downstroke is thick, and when we reach here, we make a thin line and come here. So this is how you do the basic strokes using a blunt pencil. Now I'll be using a regular sketch pen, right? So you need to take care that when you look at the tip, right, it has a point and it has a slight slanting tip. So we are going to make use of this to make these strokes, right? So I'll be showing you for the upstroke, a very thin line with a very little pressure. For the downstroke, on the other hand, we apply more pressure and we come down, right? So in the same way, I'm going to be doing all of these. As you can see, I have done this with a regular sketch pen that is always available to you. You don't even need to buy brush pens to do calligraphy. You can just practice these basic things initially and then you can go forward and get those brush pens and everything. So now I'll be showing the same thing to you using this brush pen. So first of all, the upstroke. My camera just stopped in between. Anyway, so now I'll be doing the downstroke. Now you need to be a little bit more careful with the brush pen because it is a little bit difficult going around with this. You may need a little bit more of a practice. So the downstroke, the overturn, underturn, the oval, the ascending loop, and the descending loop. Right. So this is all. This is the basics of calligraphy. I will show you. I'll write 3 different words with these 3 writing tools and I'll show you how it comes out. So now I'll show you from up close how this works. So let us take a random word, cherry, and I'll do it with my blunt tipped pencil. So let's go. The only thing that we need to remember is the upstroke is thin and the downstroke is thick, right? So this is the final product. So see here we went upstroke, then downstroke, then up again, and here we had an ascending loop, here we had a descending loop. So this is how it works, right? So next I'll be showing you with the sketch pen. Let's take a word blue. So the only thing that you need to be careful about is that every time you go from a downstroke to an upstroke, you need to change your pressure. So this is how it is. Now with the brush pen, let's take the word rain. how it looks. So if you're a beginner, you can just practice just like that. You don't need any special instruments or anything for starting practicing calligraphy. So this could be your first point, and just keep practicing the basic strokes again and again, and try writing different words and try different connections so as to improve your skills. So that's all for today. So see you later. Bye.